Do 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 do. Oh yeah, we are having internet issues. Okay. Great.
Oh boy.
Also, why is my audio so quiet? Again.
Is it all of your audio or?
No, it's weird. The mic is being like ultra sensitive.
Huh. So it's like picking up stuff that it really shouldn't.
No, it's the opposite. It's if I move even slightly away from the mic, it's barely picking me up.
Okay.
So I'm going to jack my audio up a lot. Okay. We're going to go with that and see if that works. Do 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 do. Yeah. That sounds way better. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Two Bros Game Night. I am your host, Older Bro, and with me, as always, is Finn.
Hello.
There's no Luke Grow today, but not from lack of trying. He is having more significant internet problems than we are. So, it is highly likely that this stream will have to be exported manually to YouTube because it is inconsistent at best. So, we'll see what happens. But for now, we're just going to push through. Okay, let me get the characters back up. Okay. Just a shot. Okay, I'll give it a trial run. It doesn't mean I'm joining or anything definite. Just that I'll help out a little, and then I'll see. And this makes us even for lunch. I am not doing this because I want to. I finish off the last of my sandwich, and this makes Misha notice for the first time in a while that she has a parfait. She starts digging in, much to Shizune's chagrin, because I can tell from the way she plays with her fingers that she has a lot to say. Every time I look at Shizune, she looks back with such focus and intensity. This time is no exception. Her face is expressionless. Maybe she's thinking. Eventually, it gives way to a smile. She signs something, and obviously I can't understand it at all. She has to know that. Then she does it again, a childish playfulness showing through in the speed and energy of her gestures. Misha, what did she say? Misha looks up from her parfait, torn between wanting to help out and going back to eating. What does this mean? I try my best to make the same movements with my hands that Shizune did. I come to realize quickly this isn't very easy. Imagine doing this all day as your only means of communication.
Sorry, Hee-chan. I can't tell you.
Why not? Is it an insult?
No, Hee-chan. I can't tell you because it means something nice.
Something nice, huh? Well, they've gone back to their tea and food, so I guess this conversation's over for now. I don't really understand, but this makes me wish that I could. Maybe I could even try learning sign language. This school might have courses for it. Would I really do that? I think about it as I finish the rest of my coffee. I wonder why I'd even be motivated to think about it. I enjoy myself so much that I didn't even notice we were supposed to be back in class 10 minutes ago. Even if I were to start, hey, Poultry, how's it going? Why does the stream say Doki Doki? Because Katawa Shoujo is not a game according to Twitch, despite the fact that it's in the Twitch database of games. So I physically can't make it be the game. And so the closest game I've got to Katawa Shoujo is Doki Doki Literature Club.
I imagine there's probably a closer game than that.
No, maybe, but I think this is what we used the last time, was we're like, we'll just use Doki Doki because it's sort of similar, and the people who like Doki Doki will probably like this game. So it's
Huh.
more of a we don't have a lot of good options. Even if I were to start heading back to school right now, it would take at least 30 minutes, maybe. I can't risk running fast with my condition, so it would take at least that long to get there. Well, 10 minutes late already as I am, it wouldn't even matter if I could teleport.
Something wrong, Hee-chan?
I just realized lunch break ended 10 minutes ago. It's only my third day, and I'm already going to miss class.
Yep. You are already late.
These people are bad influences.
That is not great.
Yeah, for the student council.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, Poultry. I hope that the session went well. Hey, that's not funny. So are you. And aren't you two in the student council? You're setting a bad example.
Hee-chan is so moral.
Well, he is a better student council representative than you.
But Hee-chan is right. He is late for class, and it looks like you're cutting too, Hee-chan, because you're not making an effort to go.
Oh, hey, younger bro. Get back to work. Okay, I need to allow that because apparently it doesn't like the last term in that Poultry.
As your student council representatives, we're going to have to do something about this and make sure you're punished for it.
We cannot be punished for something you're also doing. But you two dragged me out here. This is your fault. Take responsibility.
Hee-chan, we're just taking a prospective student council member out to try to recruit him. It's business.
Oh.
Business.
My apologies, younger bro. Get back to driving safely.
But you're not a member of the council, so there's no excuse.
Okay, this is not bribery anymore. This is extortion. This is literally join the student council or we'll punish you.
Right. I'm not liking this scene.
Yeah.
I know it's supposed to be a quirky,
Yeah.
like, we're blaming you for everything.
Yep.
But it's like, really? Fine, I won't join then.
Yeah,
Enjoy
exactly. It's like
Bye.
these like the girls are lying about how many people are in the student council, which is something that would be not good if you're trying to recruit this guy to the student council because he's going to find out eventually anyways. You should tell him now.
Right.
And now you're like, well, you're going to get punished for truancy as we cause you to be truant.
Yeah.
Like,
Not even like an iota of like, oh, sorry this is happening to you. Like,
we're sorry
Pull
this is
off
happening
back
to
of
you. We don't care.
yeah, exactly.
Yes, there is. That prospective student council member is clearly me.
Yes, you're gonna join the student council, Hee-chan.
Shizune raises her teacup haughtily and wags her outstretched pinky finger up and down.
Hee-chan, if you were a member of the student council, but you can still join now, Hee-chan. If you join now, you won't be in any trouble at all. And we'll be able to take many more nice excursions like this all the time. It'll be fun.
I started to think that maybe this wasn't all an elaborate setup leading to this moment. It absolutely was.
It was a trap.
Maybe Shizune lured me out here, banking on the possibility that I'd lose track of time and be forced into this situation. Diabolical. Well, considering what I know of her, I should have been more on my guard, but to admit that I got myself into this, even slightly, would be unforgivable. I try to read Shizune's intentions in my eyes, but she just returns my stare blankly, innocently. She takes a sip of tea, like she's mocking me.
By the way, Hee-chan, I didn't plan this at all. Things just happened to work out this way.
I was almost about to drop my theory as paranoia, but this puts a new spin on things. I almost fall over in awe. So it really was an elaborate setup from the very beginning, all just to burn me and force me to join the student council.
Oh, you look so nervous, Hee-chan. Did you really think we were tricking you this whole time?
So you're not?
Hee-chan, you really thought.
Misha frowns, looking heartbroken. Shizune quickly frowns as well, following her lead. How synchronized. Two of a perfect pair. They must be twins.
Shi-chan says she's flattered, Hee-chan, but doing that kind of thing would be a grossly inappropriate abuse of power.
I'm pretty sure
and
going to lunch for like an extra hour and missing half the class is also a grossly inappropriate abuse of power.
Well, but we're doing a job here. You are just a new student who's a little out of his little depth.
Yeah.
And imposing on your free will. And it would be blackmail too. Shi-chan would never do anything like that. Never.
That definitely is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I think about asking Misha, are you sure, but resist the urge to.
Anyway, Hee-chan, what Shi-chan said is true. Since you're with us and we're doing student council work, it's okay if we miss a class or two.
This is not work.
That is.
This isn't even a work meeting.
This is like a true definition of politics right here.
Yeah.
It's just like, we can stretch the definition of our job so vast that it means, oh, hey, we're doing student council work, we're recruiting, and it's like,
yeah, it's a gross misuse of power, which is literally the thing that they just said she would not do.
yeah.
Not that this is a good excuse to do so. Or one that should be used more than 3 times a month.
I like the fact that you are now saying nothing. The main character's saying nothing, but the guilt of him being right is clearly getting to Shizune.
Yeah. Or something that can or should be abused. So, we must definitely return to class. Eventually.
Shizune waves Yuko over and points to her empty teacup, indicating that she wants another one, as Misha scrambles to finish her parfait so she can order something else. Maybe I should as well. Also, isn't it a little bit of a gross, failing of this librarian? Because the librarian is still a member of the staff of the school to not demand you go to class now.
To be fair, she wouldn't know the main character's schedule, would she?
Well, I just presumed that the schedules are pretty standard, like a normal school, where it's like...
Yeah, well, like a high school.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Is fair. Like the question is, does this operate like a high school or a college?
Yeah, and I'm guessing it works more like a high school.
High school, yeah.
Like, it probably does have a lot more flexibility due to, the students sometimes need to go to doctor's appointments or whatever. Or, have a slightly different schedule. But I would still suspect she'd know that's, I don't think all 3 of these students have a good excuse for being here right now.
Right.
I'm still hungry, and the portions here are a little on the small side. Most importantly, Shizune is paying for everything. With that in mind, I ask Yuko for another sandwich. See, now you're like, well, I mean, if you're saying we should take advantage of this, then I will take advantage of this.
In for a dime, in for a dozen.
Yeah. By the time we leave the tea shop, I've missed not just 1 class, but 2. Shizune and Misha seem content to let the whole day pass by, stalling for even more time by suggesting a tour of the town that turns out to cover a 2-block radius from where we start. So yeah, I think I understand why nobody likes these student council members.
Well, like, and why no one's... I don't actually know if I understand your dislike. Because, like, wouldn't everyone be part of the student council if you just got to be actively truant to your classes?
Well, sure, but I get this feeling that there's probably a lot of discontent from students where they're like, because for example, we saw Shizune be like ultra strict with the girl running in the hall and how inappropriate that is and how dangerous that is and how you shouldn't do that. Whereas, well, but if we miss 2 classes due to going to lunch too long, that's fine.
In addition, wasn't Shizune, like, really kind of... I want to say diabolical. That's not the word that I'm searching for. With the scarred girl.
Yeah,
like,
there's...
Oh, we're not... Like, it's like a clique.
Yeah, exactly. So I get this feeling that
like
she is disliked for that kind of reason. And it's like, yeah, there is benefits to the student council, but the detriments are you have to be around Shizune all the time.
Right.
And it's like,
Misha seems like just a fun person to be around.
Yeah, like she's a bit much, but is otherwise fine. But you can't be around Misha without being around Shizune. And it's like, that's a no for a lot of people.
Right.
Eventually, we do go back to school, and the rest of the day is business as usual. When classes are over, Shizune and Misha pack their bags and leave the room before me. Come to think of it, this is the first time they've left me alone. It's strange. I almost miss them. The room empties quickly, and I'm the last one out the door. When I try to leave the lobby, however, an arm lowers itself in front of me like a toll bridge gate, stopping me in my tracks. Oh, hi, Shizune. A pair of hands from behind cover my eyes, followed by a sharp burst of laughter. I mean, I don't think you needed to say whose hands it was. I think that would be pretty obvious in the situation.
Who could it be? Hi, Hee-chan! Guess who?
Misha asked the question completely without sarcasm, meaning she doesn't think that I knew instantly who it was her for the many obvious reasons. Well, I wonder who it could be. It's definitely not Misha.
Oh, it is!
Misha swings around to stand in front of me, beside Shizune.
That's not beside. She's in front of.
Yeah.
Hee-chan, are you busy right now?
Busy going to my room? Yeah. See you 2 tomorrow.
You're not escaping.
I try to make a break for it, but Shizune is too agile to get past. As someone who used to play soccer, this is embarrassing. Yeah, but as someone who also just recently had a heart attack, it's not embarrassing. Not to mention that this behavior is drawing some odd looks. I should just quit while I'm ahead.
Hee-chan, could you please go upstairs and get a few things for us from the art room?
Why me?
Shi-chan thinks that if the art teacher sees us, he will say hi, and she doesn't like him.
Ignore him.
She tried, but even though Shi-chan is deaf, he will try to say hi anyway.
Run away.
I never...
They just... What do you mean you never run? What?
I just went to soccer block you, but I never run.
I never run.
I block. This was a full-on tackle at this point, right? Like,
yeah.
What's going on here?
A tone of finality so strong that I can pick it up even through Misha. I can see there's no use pursuing this further with Shizune. Misha, why can't you get them?
Stairs make me go dizzy, Hee-chan.
There's an elevator.
Yeah, actually, there would be an elevator or a ramp.
Wheelchairs require an elevator. There's an elevator. Use the elevator. Shizune nods as if to confirm it.
Please, Hee-chan. We need these things to build stalls for the festival, and you said you would help out a little, right? Right?
I really shouldn't, but I guess just this once will be all right. Okay.
That's great, Hee-chan. Thank you. This is just what we need.
She holds out a piece of paper for me to take. I'm sure this list was made by Shizune. It's handwritten, but each letter is perfectly formed and uniform, as if it were typed. Not just that, but it's exhaustively detailed, complete with numbered bullet points and even checkboxes. What it boils down to is she wants paint, paintbrushes, poster board, and an easel. Just different types and specific numbers of each. I wonder how I'm going to carry all this stuff down the stairs without breaking my neck. Use the elevator.
Oh.
Just very simple. Sorry, I'm trying to look at something.
Next choice.
Yeah, well, it's not the next choice. It's one that's coming up in a minute. So there's two different routes we can sort of take. There's like basically there's a forced. We can either decide to go down, I'll have to see which one I want based on the dialogue. But there's a like forced split later where you can either go down the Shizune route or the combined route that I talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to decide which I want to do.
That makes sense.
So, but we'll see based on the dialogue choice. The classrooms closest to doors are designated belonging to class 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side, and 3-4 on the left. Each door looks exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept, or not in use. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all around the room. A thin layer of dust settled on them. There are some easels in the corners, so at least this looks like the right place. The room is flushed with sunlight from the big windows. Shadows creeping all over the desks. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Now that we have explained, in a Tolkien level of detail, what this room looks like, jokingly, I call into the empty room. Anybody, Something catches my eye, and I stop mid-sentence. Sitting on a desk is a short-haired girl, curiously wearing a boy's uniform, with a fork between her toes and a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. This odd way of dining seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands, but her presence here is what takes me back even more. How did I miss her before? She's sitting in a corner very still, but I still somehow took her as a part of the furnishings, or a statue at first glance. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. This is one of the best characters. This is Rin. This was the route we did first. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open, suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence and trying to think if I should. This weird stalemate keeps us both stunned into silence, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. I will take Rin. So, hello. The girl stuffs the forkful in her mouth and is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Hello. I was told to pick up some supplies from here. For some festival stalls, I think. I didn't think there'd be someone here. There isn't. That's why I came here too. She picks up another forkful. Doesn't that mean you're here then? She raises her eyebrow as if she was suspecting my observation was false. You're pretty observant. I guess it does. But who are you? This girl is pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm Nakai. Hisao Nakai. I just transferred in on Monday. I'm Rin. Tezuka Rin. Rin Tezuka. I won't shake hands with you, but at least we know who we are now. That's very nice. Her deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. Well, I mean, I think it's quite obvious that she is. It kind of bothers me. Joking about these matters doesn't feel appropriate at all. But she's the one joking about it.
Be offended on her behalf. I'm sure she'll be thrilled about that.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is appropriate. I think the is in here saying whether she is appropriate. She seems to have lost interest in me and is now gazing yearningly back at her food. Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are in the back. Go right ahead, but lunch? School's already over for the day. What word would you use then? There's no word for a meal you eat after lunch but before dinner, right? It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say. I don't think you're supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with. But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. I have curry. It's very delicious. With much decisiveness, Rin once again picks up the fork between her toes, and with at least as much impoliteness, points it straight at me. I like the idea that she is going to feed you with her toe. So, Nakai, what brings you to this place? Like I said, I was told to look for these things. No, the school. From outside, you look fine. Is your problem inside? I come to a full stop, opening my mouth, but not getting a word out. Yeah, she is very direct.
Very blunt.
For right now. She becomes very not blunt through her story. Or at least very confusing. I can guess. I'm good at guessing. Better than most people. Rin cuts me off before I can answer her question, or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I would have done. I froze in front of this issue again. I haven't even told anyone here about my condition, or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. I get the feeling that not making issues of this is a part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people here could relate. Probably not any better than any normal person could. I can't relate to Shizune's circumstances, or Lily's either. Naturally, while I go through this in my head, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overly contemptuous or contemplative look on her face. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants. I promise it isn't. This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement, and the sheer lack of tact it was delivered with, catches me completely off guard. I think I might have reeled back even physically, as Rin's eyes widen in revelation and astonishment. So I was right. There's something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Still partially in shock, but recognizing the need to reply something, I spit out the first thing I can think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem. Arrhythmia. I said it. More like blurted it out, but I said it. The girl in front of me purses her lips together and glowers at me, looking very disappointed. How boring. Trouble in the pants would have been much more scandalous. What's with this reaction? I'm sorry to let you down. I forgive you. I collect people, and a person with, that kind of problem would have been really great. Collect people? People with different problems. So you just, go around asking people what's wrong with them? Pretty much. I see. With little left to say, Rin resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anyone about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already or heard about it from someone else, or didn't need to know about it like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a part of introductions? Is it expected of me? Hi, I'm Hisao. I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? I mean, that's a legit question. Do you just be like, hey, I have a serious heart condition. Do not attempt to surprise me.
I mean, yeah, because like imagine if he had a bad reaction to Misha surprising him.
I was gonna say, yeah, actually, like Misha might need to be told that.
Like, because like obviously it's just them doing I want to say schoolyard pranks, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, cover my eyes, and it's like to us that doesn't matter.
Yeah, but to a person with anxiety
But
disorder or some kind of PTSD, that could have significant problems.
yeah, so like, but I feel like I wonder if that's just like too harsh of a restriction on everything, because at that
Possibly.
point it's just like, I mean, kids, these kids should be kids, and so telling it's like, don't act at all without proper clearance is not a great start.
No. And that's probably one of the reasons why doctors have to be on so close at all times, because they recognize they are going to not understand and fuck up.
Right.
So, as if our disabilities would define us. What a disgusting thought. Or maybe this Tezuka girl just had an unnatural interest in such things. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is a burnt auburn, almost orange, and cropped shirt. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. The boy's uniform and the lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She is not particularly pretty, except for her murky green eyes, which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb it all within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins. I think they mean cabinets. And shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone and this late, or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors. Maybe you're my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I let a certain person, or eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around. Horsing? She likes to do sports. Oh. And that's all I can think to say. Both of us fall silent again, as Ren forks the last bits of her meal to her mouth. I look down at my haul and double-check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now. That's very nice of you. Don't feel obligated to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping. Eh? I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is, at this point, good enough to warrant this much. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Sounds good, Poultry. Have a good evening. Fine, then.
Have a good.
I'm Hisao. Then you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes, but that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere. See you later, Hisao. There's something like a tiny smile in her face, maybe. I quietly back out of the room. As I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper my spell. Yeah. As I shut the door... Let me look at this again.
Word.
Actually, hold on. I forgot. I can just do this. As I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that.
What did she hear?
I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she had gotten to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global conspiracy, but I push the thought aside.
Wait, huh? What? How does this deal with feminism?
I have no idea. I think he's just saying that the fact that she appeared behind him suddenly was a conspiracy, and that made him think about conspiracies.
Okay.
But like, I'm like, I don't get how it's connected either. I mean, I don't understand how it was ever a thing, but it is. Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited.
No, wait. More importantly, who's in there? There's no club meetings today.
She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here?
You took so long that we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Hee-chan.
She wags her finger at me scoldingly.
I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy.
You didn't even give me a time when I needed to be back. Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was just going to bring them.
I think you are up to some mischief, Hee-chan. Who was there with you, I wonder?
Misha signed something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ears a couple times. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulder, from suppressing rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to furiously sign at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very loaded stare at me, too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness. Yeah, so again, constantly pissed off at people for not following school rules. Breaks school rules when it's convenient for her.
Word hypocrites comes to mind.
Yep.
And no them.
Hello. Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hello.
Miss Tezuka, what do you think you're doing? You're absolutely not permitted to use school property for such disgraceful activity.
It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular. It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. Unhappy. At any rate, she ignores Shizune Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs.
Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival?
Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure of Shizune's cold stare. Apparently at ease under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her. I keep wondering about that myself, too.
And?
We'll think about it harder. As Misha signs her reply to Shizune, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown.
Miss Tezuka, please try to take this seriously. It'd be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it.
You cannot expect the artist to be inspired harder.
Art harder!
Rin nods assertively. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't, not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude. It's true, though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting on and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure, where do you need to take this? Away. And with that, she takes off to the hallway, and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. Or me and the paint can following. The hallway is quiet and empty now with Shizune and Misha gone, so we too leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Ren strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching, or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. We're now on emergency characters.
Sure.
So,
I'll take it.
Sure.
Mr. Nanaki. What a happy coincidence. Tezuka, too, of course.
He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because obviously it's me who he has some business with.
There's something I forgot to mention on Monday.
I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either.
It's about your medications. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there might be unexpected side effects which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So we do a few tests regularly. But what I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything. Come see me if anything happens.
All right.
So, how are you? Everything fine?
I give up and drop the can on the floor before answering him. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here. My parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about it. It's natural for a hospital. Not so much for a school. Except this school. This is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty seem to be very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. The thought sends shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway.
That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor even the pool. So I'd like to know if you've taken up exercising, as I asked.
Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off the track since the very first day. You have people spying on me?
Not as such. I just happen to know a few people, but that's not the issue here. So don't try to slip out of it.
Well, I was actually...
I have spies.
Oh, yeah. His tent. Very...
I do have spies.
Yeah. Well, I was actually doing some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then comes back like it was never gone.
Tezuka, could you give us a second?
The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside.
When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you're still on your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same thing with everything, like dieting. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on?
Okay, so this is the choice that I was talking about earlier, where if we say maybe, we continue down um, the exclusively Shizune route, and if we choose yes, we go down the hybrid route. And I think I'm overall fine with going down the hybrid route because I get this feeling that Younger Bro is going to go down the extremely specifically Shizune route later. So we shall click yes. Yeah, I promise, definitely. He studies me for a moment and then shrugs, smiling again.
Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want a job for a bit.
Consultation?
See you around.
He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting, idly leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. Yeah, she is very interested in the ceiling lights. Are you getting medications for your heart thingy? Were you listening? It comes out more accusatorily than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. The nurse seemed to be happily ignorant about confidentiality, too, talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty, but Rin is just staring past my shoulder quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. Sigh. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're for my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. They just make me a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a little while and neither says anything further nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I'm still not quite used to all this. At the hospital it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building, and Rin leads us onward toward the dorm. We stop at the small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come and go. It's probably the only inconvenient design in the school. The entire
could you push H for a second?
This one or
No. H. Typically for Renpai games, we'll hide that.
Yep.
I just wanted to see the graffiti.
Yeah.
The eyeball kind of reminds me of the monster from. Is it Monster Tamer?
I'm not sure.
It's like a long pole of a yellow eyeball. Interesting graffiti.
Yeah. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of a painting. Most of it's still mere sketches, quick lines drawn from the black and white against the gray plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces and legs and hands. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Stacks of what seem to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground beside the wall. See, the left side's hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. I have to work on it, but the guys from art class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent of a tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever is actually there actually is, to demonstrate, even though I got the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around, and it makes me think that it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student base's special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a little while ago, and just keeps on blabbering. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there is something I need to figure out, and then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would the hope be lost? Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she's made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So this is your project? You did this? Yes. All of it? Yes. Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into a minefield of political incorrectness. It's okay, you can say it. I probably won't get mad. I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do? You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was at using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us has anything more to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat. You know, flat. Like some people are. No substance. No meat where there should be some. I feel like there's an easy joke to be made here, but I will not. Okay, never mind. Rin makes the joke herself. I know a few girls who... Okay, I get it. But I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms. So I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, saying, suit yourself, without saying it, and looks up at the sky, as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. I'm pretty sure Rin is literally telling us more about this project in this version of events than in the actual run we did. Rin sure is quick to...
Really?
Yeah, because she's given, I think, a lot more terms than she normally does. So I guess if you're not on her route, she's way more descriptive for some reason.
That doesn't feel right. Like, this... Like, I mean, I guess I understand, like, the rambly bit, and, like, but that should be there regardless of if you're on her route or not.
You'd think. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure I can be of any help, though. It's just mixing some paints. You can do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems? Like, you know, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Not that I know of. I get it. Heart thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between the toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form new monotone hues. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking me for a hand with something or the other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be exact tones this girl has apparently seen in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last millimeter before she's satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best. Add half a splash of green. I crouch down to pick up the can of bright green. The other green. This green. I carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add? No idea. You're the artist here. A hint of a smile appears in the corners of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just I have no idea. It's okay.
I mean, he is the main character of a visual novel game.
Yeah, he's not allowed to have ideas.
Having opinions ain't for him.
Yeah, it's okay because I just got an idea. Add more white. With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know you saw the meaning of life in your dream but can't remember it. Look, I haven't played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon in quite a long time. I don't remember what that color is. Maybe it's yellow. Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the changes of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on the plastered wall feels like magic. It doesn't look like it's changed this sprite yet. I spend the moments.
Not yet.
I spend the moments I have between mixing paints, crouching down on the paving and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy. But Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I manage to produce a passable amount of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us say a word for the longest time. And even though short discussions soon evolve into a shorthand, both of us developing and using weird impromptu code words for various paints and hues. As if there was some need to conserve words and breath and sound. There we go. And we're now at this stage. We stay there.
A little bit sad that there isn't more color because, the entire problem is that you guys are talking about add this color or that color, and then it's just like all black and white.
It's going to be making that sound for now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there we go. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. But yeah, I agree. It's all about all this paint colors, and there's not a lot yet. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses as for why I already haven't. I honestly wouldn't mind staying here all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still hasn't faded, I think. Still... Oh, go ahead.
School's so exhausting when I'm truant.
Yeah. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they're going to let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way, a bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life, or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. I'm surprised to discover I'm not the only one present at the track, for some reason. Not just that, it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic-legged girl who bowled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely, like a half-mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health and his prompting. And even with things being as they are, it's only because I want to get it out of the way early. The fact I'd be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get into shape was merely a happy accident. Well, as we all know, they're like happy little accidents are only in the art world. I'd leave, but it seems my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. Okay, who the heck was... I was Emmy. So. Good morning, your name's Hisao, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she remembered my name. You may not remember me. Emmy, I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. Miss Ibarazaki? She imitates Misha, imitating Shizune, failing to get the same kind of subdued lift into her high-pitched voice. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that, again. Well, as long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose it'll be fine. Great! I'm not sure she realized I was joking. Were you?
It's impossible to tell now.
So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about is actually you? That's right. Oh, I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What, are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy? No, it's more like a relief. I was afraid you'd have somebody watch my every move. Unless you're here to do that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if he'd seen a messy-haired transfer student who looked like he's kind of lost around the track. So why are you down here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training! For what? Track! Ah, I see. You're on the track team then. Emmy nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And modest. Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know. I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know. It's true. I never really got into that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not into that whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're gonna run together, huh? What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased. Are you gonna warm up? Real men do not warm up. Oh no, you should always warm up. Bad Hisao. She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Heck, and I don't even have to stretch my legs. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go! So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running at all. Hands spread, right? And something about hitting on the balls of your feet rather than the heels? That is... Am I...
Is that different?
Yeah, I was like, isn't
guess,
the ball
I guess
the back? Like, which is also the... Huh? I don't know what they mean here. Finn will look up medical terminology because I'm not sure what they mean. I try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult.
That is anatomically right. The ball of the foot is the padded area just behind the toes. So
the balls is the front?
That is what the AI overview is saying. I can keep looking, but now Wikipedia is saying the ball of the foot is the padded portion of the sole between the toes and the arch. So it is literally the area behind your big toe
Yep.
and that padded area where you can get that is the ball of the foot.
Yeah, I would literally never call it that, and I would assume that the heel would be the ball because it's ball shaped. But okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I've gone too far. I
Whoa.
try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. I'm
Oh,
not very good at it.
That is not good. Don't take things at your own pace, my man.
Yeah, maybe
That
Emmy.
is not good.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime. I'm not really feeling up to more than a couple laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Emmy keeps running, and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah, I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods and then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is you started, right? Next time you just have to try to hold out longer, and then longer, and then longer, and eventually you'll be great. I could also make a joke here, and I will refrain. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. No, I've got plenty of time. I've noticed she isn't wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah, see ya. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. And like Emmy said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect or something like that. It's nice at least to feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. Let me just save.
Oh, there is some color.
Yep, there's the color now.
That is one really freaky face.
Yep. She going very avant-garde.
Maybe she is the person making all the weird art.
Very likely. I head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. Out of nowhere, an insane person appears in the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent, because he is exclusively malicious intent. It bursts through the fog. Sup. Just to be clear. Yeah, it is you, but just to be clear, I'm pretty sure that is a censorship leaf, and it's not actually in the game, like the actual... I don't think that's really there.
Oh, boy.
What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem?
I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man.
What do you mean all over the place? I want to ask if he's been looking for me like that stark naked, but I hold my tongue back. I finally realize I'm also still naked and quickly hold up my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. To be fair, he's too blind to notice you're naked. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad that he's
perpetually.
Yeah. Is his vision so bad it's like he's perpetually seen through fog?
You know, your room and... Yeah, well, that's it. Hey, I mean, I still had to get up, though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money?
He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It does not work. He's as transparent as the window pane-sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward, so I will not talk neutrally. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked, to say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. How could it be more awkward? Like, how would it...
Yeah.
Like, I don't habitually go around naked in front of people, but I have to presume that having somebody who could stare and make comment about you is worse than someone who can't see.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot understand his house logic at all.
That statement is a little unhinged. We'll
Yeah.
say.
Like, okay, my dude. I try to brush the feelings off with little success. Money? Sure.
What do you mean, sure? You're not thinking at all right now. You literally couldn't afford a lunch with the gals.
Maybe
What
it's
are you
maybe
doing
he's being sarcastic.
Awesome.
Wait, why do you need it?
Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill to not run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal.
I get this feeling it's for drugs. This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment, since his thoughts were so clearly impure and his intentions are probably even more sinister, since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him.
I'm offended, man. But if that's your game, then fine. Guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza, and I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I just need your help for the rest.
I get some of the pizza too, right?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class. You don't have time to eat a pizza.
What about you?
I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza, and they will ask for a slice. It's hard work out there. Everyone wants a piece. And then you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before. It's how I know. Were you just eating pizza out in the open? What?
Clearly.
Every day I plan my vengeance so that when the people who wronged me order a pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant.
So you think that it is fine when you take somebody else's pizza, but when they take your pizza, that is a literal war crime.
Well, I think it's more that he's saying an eye for an eye. The people who took my pizza, I will take back from them. It is not yet clear if he thinks he can always take pizza from them because they took from him one time. Either way, he's fucking unhinged.
That is true.
Kenji strikes a dramatic pose completely without irony.
But yeah, I only need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope. Can't go aside and buy my own pizza. It's too far.
Again, as a reminder, 400 yen is just divide by 100 and you're pretty close. So he's asking for like $4.
No. Also, hold up. If this is Japan,
yeah,
then why are you getting pizza? Shouldn't you be getting like Japanese food of some description?
Pizza's international.
Well, sure, but I'm just saying. This must be a localization thing.
Probably. These are jelly donuts.
Jelly donuts. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary.
And yet, for some reason, you are in my room, which is
the
out.
Last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance.
How is this carefully planned?
This is unhinged.
I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something? Standing? Maybe wondering how I got there. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable and to hold and eat. A bird crapped on my head. Oh no. It was the second most shocking moment of my life.
Please do not ask what the most shocking moment of his life was. God damn it. Hisao, do you not have any sense of self-preservation?
Have any amount of common sense, please.
This, like, you immediately should not engage. Just say, no, dude, if I don't get pizza, I'm not giving you money. And since I won't be here to eat it, you're not getting money.
Yes, that is the most common sense thing to say and do here.
But what was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me or didn't care.
It was like in the openings to some kind of anime show. You know how there's always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival and they fly at each other and clash swords and there's like a big dramatic colored auras and zoom?
Okay, I do know that. What I don't understand is how that's in any way relevant to what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, I've clicked off. No, don't click off. Go back.
So I think that we're back to maybe Kenji is in here for other issues aside from eyes.
Yep. Maybe he has a tackle issue.
It was like that, but with poo. Great.
Okay, there's no
Why?
connection.
No.
Okay.
No.
So yeah, I need some money, please. Don't leave me hanging, man. I only need like 100,000 yen.
Okay. So I'm sure he'll bring up the fact that he raised the amount. But also, you don't have to be kept hanging. Put some fucking clothes on and you won't be hanging.
That is definitively true. Please just put some clothes on.
I thought it was
some common sense.
Yeah, I thought it was 400.
Okay.
What?
I'll pay you back, I swear.
You'd better. That's what it means to borrow stuff.
I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back.
You have 1 week.
Oh.
Kenji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow, a particularly disturbing fact given that his baton is conducting freely.
Not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers and arms,
Okay,
man.
I just want to be clear, guys. I don't know what Melfin's gonna finish this line.
Oh wait.
Just keep going. Just keep reading.
Oh no.
Just keep reading.
I don't want. Oh. Men have it rough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make?
I 100% believe that.
Geez.
Like, you know what? This one I don't even think is a conspiracy. I just believe you. Like,
yeah, that's probably true.
Like-
Sure. Great. Like, where have you been browsing, dude?
that doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star.
So maybe I am a porn star on the side.
This explains what's going on here.
Yep. Okay, you know what? You know what? Fuck it.
Bad ending.
Fuck it. Like, why the hell are you asking me for money? Sure, you need to be paying me for my appearance in this thing you're clearly
That's
filming
right.
right now.
Oh no.
I should get the pizza
Maybe I am
and get paid.
Struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. You can't even spot me, your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody.
I don't think anybody could understand this kind of interaction inside the bathroom.
wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? You know what? Actually, I've got to disagree with Hisao here. That's not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
Female empowerment takes many forms. This is still empowering, as in you still have some power over men in some fashion.
And
It's just not generally the thing that is, focused on for obvious reasons, because it's not considered a noble cause.
Like, I would maybe we could excuse this as like a Hisao thought. It is just like
this one
like,
I'll take as Hisao. Like, but
Like-
this agenda stuff again.
This stuff's important. I can see that you don't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake.
I once again want to state that we are just reading the insane ramblings of somebody and not saying this for YouTube's
know.
random algorithm that's listening to us.
Oh, okay. We have to say it every time. huh?
Apparently. For safety.
I don't know. The more I hear the feminist
Look,
agenda.
one time we were talking about a Yoshi in a video game, and we talked about the color of that Yoshi, and we got claimed as being like that we were literally like saying things about people's skin color or something. And I'm like, what? So for just a
Really?
little bit of
No
safety here.
You're just absolutely hedging your bets. It's
Yeah, I'm just like, look,
YouTube's
for what's
crazy
listening,
here.
we are not agreeing with this.
So
we
what
are
you're
just
So what
reading
you're
it.
saying is that Kenji is right.
I am not saying that. I'm saying that YouTube is the overlord, not females.
Anyway,
You take them lightly.
Oh yeah.
You take them light neatly, and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. Bam! Out of nowhere.
How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep?
Women are terrible at stabbing.
Then why do you want them in
Okay.
the kitchen?
Yeah,
You
okay.
You presumably want that.
No. Yeah. First off, yeah, this doesn't make sense within your own worldview. But second off, that's just objectively not true. Like, there are so many stories I've heard of this where it's just like, I'll just fucking cut you, and they do. Like, they are known for like that. If anything, it's the exact opposite of what you're saying here.
You might want to watch out. You're accusing women of being known stabbers.
No. I'm saying his opinion is
That's
almost
what you're
certainly
saying.
objectively wrong.
That's what you're saying.
I thought you said don't take them lightly.
Well, don't. I mean, don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat. But if there was some kind of war, like a big war with men on one side and the feminist forces on the other, it would be pretty ugly.
Well, yeah, that just sounds terrible.
I mean, that just sounds terrible for the human race in general. If there was an entire war where 50% of the population's on one side and another 50% of the population's on the other side, and it's an active war, it's going to be... I don't give a shit what forces it is. That's going to destroy humanity as a whole.
Yeah, just...
And that day will come when the feminists will come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers!"
This man is delusional, and he needs to stop. And he needs to put on some fucking clothes.
You know, why are you playing this game multiple times if you have to suffer through this guy multiple times?
Look, you only have to get through Act 1, and then the girls are the focus of the game, and you never see him again. Also, more importantly, the plan was to skip all the dialogue we'd already seen, but you've not seen any of the dialogue. So that necessitates me seeing it again.
You're blaming me for this?
I'm explaining it. I am not blaming. I am explaining.
Accused. I feel accused.
You're being ridiculous. There's no worldwide, like, female headquarter building where they would even hide. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it had to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. someone would notice a big fortress with only women in it?
Who said it was on Earth?
What is wrong with you?
Dude, you might be onto something. Women are from Venus.
Clearly. You know what? We figured it out. I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in a mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown will best express my emotion. He can't see me from this distance anyway, so you didn't have to turn around. Which unfortunately means he just keeps on ranting without any regard to sense of sensibility.
Yeah, there's a war going on. A war not many know about, but it's a great one that will one day boil over and encompass all of the known world. Then we'll have to pick sides. We'll have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now.
Okay, first off, this doesn't fit within your worldview again. You don't pick sides. This was explicitly defined as an all men versus all women war. I don't think you have to pick sides in that. Mostly. Kenji doesn't have to pick a side. Let's be clear. Kenji does not have to pick a side. So I'm like, I don't think he's implying Hisao does either. So this rant means absolutely nothing to either of these two people. But also, what do you mean it'll encompass the known world? Where's the unknown world that it's not encompassing?
Dude, hold up. You're wrong because it's going to be interplanetary.
Yeah.
He's literally making the statement that it's on different planets. I would say that even though that we've investigated Venus and Mars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's they're kind of still slightly unknown. Kind of. It's or at least
okay, so it's just happening on Earth and not the other worlds.
Wait, no. Wait, did you say it's happening on Earth?
Well, I'm saying if we're saying this is interplanetary, then the known world's Earth.
Yes.
So it's happening
that is what
on Earth exclusively. So all the people on Mars and Venus and other places are fine. This is just a stupid Earth thing. Fine.
Okay, sure.
Imagine it, the bloody battlefield, a vicious conflict without end.
I mean, there would be a definitive end. There's only 7 billion people. Eventually, it would end.
Yeah.
I almost gave up. I thought this cause was silly.
You know what?
When I grew tired.
You need to go back to that point in your life and pick the. You know what? Turn left. Do not turn right. Go back and pick the other choice.
Most people don't have save powers like main character here.
True.
That's an unfair assumption that he could do this.
We're at time, but I just really expect this dialogue's about to end so that we can leave not on this.
Kenji will never be denied.
When I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight, when I mistook the time, the power went out for a feminist raid, and I thought the end was near.
This guy.
It was okay, hold up. What he means here is that his mom woke him up one day and was like, honey, could you do this? And he's like, this is a feminist raid.
Yes, that is exactly what he's saying. He also thinks that when the power goes out, that women are just trying to disenfranchise him by literally depriving him of electricity. So
I think that there's a lot of disenfranchisement going on.
There's I don't know. Yeah, I think he's self-disenfranchising at this point. This man, I don't know what the hell this man's doing to himself, but I think the doctors need to be much start the sentence over. He needs to be more focused on than we do. If we don't exercise, that's not a big deal. If this man is not being constantly monitored, that's a big deal.
Well, that's the reason why they brought him here.
But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over. And I was like, whoa! And I knew I had to get serious because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty.
If his world is sanity, I don't want to be sane. Must be pretty crappy movement if it hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom at another naked guy.
So can I have the money?
He's blocking
No.
the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money.
You are a leaf. Oh,
No.
The,
Nenji has the leaf. Or Kenji has the leaf.
the most minor of inconveniences. I can't tell him no. Sheesh. Have a backbone, Haisao.
Awesome.
Impossible.
Thanks, dude. We should go bowling later.
He's a main character of a dating sim. He can't have a backbone. Bowling.
Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport.
That is certainly not true.
That is, like, you just go. Oh, if that's your goal, then go to football.
Yep. But hold on. It gets even better.
Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the pastel green with flower accents?
There is.
You know what? Maybe this guy does
really-
actually have to pick which side he's on in the feminist uprising or whatever the hell he's talking about. Maybe
Well, it
he
depends.
does actually have a choice here. Like, with
He
this
has a choice,
dialogue.
well, but hold up, like that. You know what? Let's end it there.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's end it on there are bowling clothes. So
maybe actually go maybe one further. See if we can get off of this. 80. Go.
anyway, you'd better pay me back.
I can pay you back in stuff, right?
I don't have the time to ask him to elaborate on what that means. I don't know. I have to get to class, and you're kind of in the way.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up.
Bullshit.
Liar.
Bullshit.
And I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come.
Time for what?
I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come.
For what?
It's pizza time. I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it.
I was just going to. And what do you mean and what does that mean? It's a big bathroom.
So, I have to be alone or I can't go. Pressure.
Okay, what if someone else comes in?
I'll think of something.
I give him my practice frown, and it looks kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see or doesn't care. Wait, he doesn't notice or doesn't see. Wait,
Same thing.
the same thing. So I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. It has.
It has.
Okay. We're going to stop there, guys, and come back next time to a more sane world that's not
We're gonna start an
fucking
insane
Kenji
thing.
filled. So, anyways,
Great.
until then, like and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch. Comment to our videos. We do read them. Follow on Twitch, and we will see you all on the next game night.
Very well.